And I brought a bunch of pens if you need any.
Where's the cash things? I like the cash things.
Oh, I'll bring those. We use them for postage.
I know, those are the better things.
People love Spartina, so I brought that. I'll bring them. Wanted to talk to about some hot news at the credit union. Just on Saturday, our board met. The law changed in the past month that we need to change our name. So the board met to decide if they were going to fight it or we're going to change our name, and we are going to change our name. So nothing else will change about the credit union except we will no longer be.
What are you changing it to?
Long name. We don't know yet.
UICCU is not that long.
Yeah.
Well, the University of Iowa. Try answering the phone that way. And the credit union was actually started in the University of Iowa hospital basement, so we really don't have affiliation with the university anyway. So we had originally tried to change our name 11 years ago, and the members, we had approval, the members got upset, they went to a second vote, and then we couldn't change our name. And at that time, it would have been Optiva Credit Union.
What credit union?
Optiva.
That's a
It sounds
drink,
like a
milky
Yeah,
drink.
so it will not be Optiva, but they told us our marketing
It sounds like
department,
a weight loss drink.
they're taking suggestions from our current members, our employees, and then I'm not sure if they'll hire a consulting firm, but they did promise us the name will be shorter. So nothing changes for us except the name. And that will happen by April of next year, so fairly quickly.
Can we make a vote? They couldn't have figured,
You can vote online, yes,
they couldn't have figured that out ahead of time. It would save some money on signage.
but there's some big money in choosing names, like the branding and
Right.
it's crazy.
I think it needs to go.
Oh, sorry.
So just want to let you know that's all up and coming. And then if you're not receiving our current rate emails, we email our rates out daily. We also have our rates posted right online. So if you ever need to say I get texts a lot, what's the current rate? I just always send the link. We keep it online and updated if you're ever just wondering what's going on. Today, with the market's freaking out. Monday, the 30-year rate was 4.375. Go ahead. And today is 4.5% because the feds are meeting today and Trump met with North Korea, so the market's just really freaked out right now. So rates are on the rise. And then I just wanted to talk real quick about new construction. We're seeing a lot of new construction and we are really good at it. So if you have clients looking at new construction, we're getting a lot of short close dates. And about 3 weeks is the fastest we can do it with getting the appraisal and the title work done. But if you've got new construction clients, we're really good with that. So my information's on the little checklist that I passed out. If you want the rate emails, just email me and I can add you to our list. It's just for the rate emails. We don't spam you with all kinds of marketing and that type of stuff. So otherwise, we appreciate your partnership. And if you have any questions, I always say we're really good at weird situations. So if something's not working with another lender, just call one of us and run it by us. The only thing that's not a weird situation is bad credit. Bad credit's bad credit. And we're not really a house for people with bad credit. So that's all I have. Oh, yeah, sorry.
Everybody get some swag.
Oh, yeah.
I have the rest of the pens here.
You can leave them in the training room. If,
I know you want to take them.
yeah, you can take them.
I'm cheap, so.
You'll probably see more swag from us, like USB.
Yeah, they're trying to get rid of all the black stuff now.
Pizza cutters. I didn't have time to grab all that, but we've got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, I'm gonna leave the door open. Hopefully we don't bother anyone out there, but is everyone hot in here? Yes. I know Shane is. I think it feels great. So that me feeling great, no, I know everyone else is hot.
It's very stagnant. You need a little fan or something.
A breeze. Just
Yeah, it's not so much temperature as much as it is just.
No breeze. Okay, so today we're just gonna go through a lot of things video. Just a quick show of hands, how many people have never done a video for their business?
Well, like in your face video?
Any kind of video, live video, brand video, any kind of video. A couple people. How many have done a little bit but looking to do more? Okay. How many have mastered it? Okay. What? Exactly. Thank you. Get that out loud. That is not amazing. You're going to continue to evolve. Shane raised his hand there. Their team is doing it really well. But as he will always say, we can continue to evolve, and we'll even show an example of how they have evolved. Actually, could start out with that. But yeah, and Sarah and I are by no means the experts of video. But we watch webinars, we do a lot of research. I was even at some classes at R4 recently that were really helpful. We follow a lot of people. That's a really good thing to do, is just follow people. You'll get some inspiration for some different people. You can be out there checking out, see what they're doing, people that are across the United States that are doing it really well. So anyways, feel free to jump in anytime with questions or whatnot. We're going to kind of go through a few things.
I was going to say, I know we were originally going to do it at the end. Why don't we show the evolved videos ahead of time?
Want to show them first?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do that first. So this is an example, a couple examples of, so this is the tourist.
This was the very first video they ever did. Notice the pain in their faces.
Hey guys, Andrew Roman here with Remax Concepts Torres team. Wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek at some exciting news for some videos that we're going to be doing in the future. I have a couple of agents on the Torres team with me today. We have Zach Jean, Chance Kirby, and Cameron Campos, and I'm going to let them say a little bit about what our future plans are.
Each week, we're going to go over some educational aspects of the loan buying process, like how to issue the loan, and what loan package to
Hear the echoing?
In addition to all the information we're going to dump on you, we also want to keep it fresh and entertaining, so we have to look out for some exciting fun things that we're going to get on.
If you want to learn more about us, let's go to the Torres team webpage to watch our bios.
So there you have it. We have some fun and exciting stuff coming up. Make sure you stay tuned. Keep looking for those videos that come out, and we'll do our best to entertain you.
Thanks.
That was very first
yesterday where they announced a new team agent.
That was the one take. Yes.
One thing,
Yeah, no, I didn't put it in that, I don't think.
Hey everyone, it's Mike with Remax Torres team. I'm here with Andrew, Cameron, Zach, and actually we have a really big announcement today.
Yeah, so we're excited because we have a new team agent. Her name is Jenny. Jenny is her name, right?
Yeah.
Jenny.
Jenny.
Yep. Jenny Hornbacher has joined the Torres team with Remax Concepts, and we're super pumped about it. So come on in. So everyone, this is Jenny. Say a little something about yourself and whatever.
My name's Jenny Hornbacher, and I am super excited to be on the Torres team.
See, that was good. You did good for your first video.
Yes.
Super easy. So
She's going to be making special appearances every now and then with the Torres team doing videos. So we're excited for a new face. She's going to stir it up, and we're excited.
Yeah, go Jenny.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks, guys.
Jenny.
all right, we'll see you guys. Good job, Jenny.
Okay, so great example of, so how long ago was that very first video? Probably a year?
About a year and a half ago.
Year and a half. So in a year and a half, they've evolved quite a bit. Now he was saying when he sent me that video, oh, I still cringe watching this. Now when
No,
they
that
first,
was Randy.
oh,
who
Randy
said
said that. Someone said, well, you were telling me that earlier, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
It was.
And I'm saying, when they first did that though, they weren't like, oh, this is horrible, let's not put it out. They put it out. So I think that's going to be one of the key things we reinforce here is making sure that you just go out and do it. Don't feel like you have to perfect it before you start putting stuff out there.
You don't need fancy equipment.
Right, and we'll talk about some of the things you can evolve to, but to start out, just do it. I mean, just do it. That's really all it takes is to just do it, right?
I think the biggest difference that I noticed between their first video and this most recent one is how much more comfortable they are in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably the number one thing that was most apparent. Sure, the editing, that's all special and nice and fun to see, but I think their comfort level dramatically improved.
Yeah.
And that will only come with practice.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we'll talk even more about that and getting comfortable. And I do not like video. I don't know if anyone saw the little video I did for the email I sent out this morning. I don't like doing that, but it's kind of one of those things. Once you just do it, you do it. Whether if you're someone that needs to do a couple takes, that's fine. If you're like, hey, I'm just going to do it once and go. The more, sometimes the more raw, the better. Shane will speak to that all day. Users want to see authentic content. If you are able to produce it to make it authentic, that's fine. But if you're able to just get some raw content out there, that they see your personality, they see your true, the true content that you're sharing with them. So, okay, let me go back here.
Yeah, when she's doing that, I harp on raw content, because if you look at like Big Brother and stuff like that, there's a reason why those are so popular. People like to live in other people's lives, through their eyes, if that makes sense. So if you mess up,
there's a few reality shows out there.
Yeah. So if you mess up, just keep going.
Okay, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on this, but why video? I mean, we talk about this all the time in all our classes, and you hear about it, I assume, in a lot of stuff you're doing. So we won't talk about it a lot, but just a few stats I found, just to reinforce this, why you should be doing video. 5 years ago, if you had started doing video for market, doing some in your marketing plan, you would have been kind of ahead of the game or on the cutting edge, Now, you're still somewhat on the cutting edge, but in 2, 3, 4 years, you're going to be behind if you're not doing it. Everyone else is going to be doing it. So really not to scare anyone, but I think you really should get out there and try to incorporate this into your marketing. This one just shows what type, this is from a HubSpot research report. What type of content do you want to see from a brand or business you support? 54% video. Email newsletters actually was pretty high in that, which was surprising me. But a lot of things, and one thing we'll talk about is, putting video into those emails. Another way to get people to actually read the emails. But higher than social images, social videos, blog articles, content. So videos is, and social videos, I think it means sharing other videos is what that means. Another thing, and again, in some of my research, this was from another report, that 3 reasons why you should not avoid video. Homes listed with video get 4 times the inquiries than homes without videos. So that can be virtual tours. That can be, a little listing video you do with it. We'll look at some examples of that.
Could be a 3D walkthrough.
A walkthrough, yep. Including video and emails doubles the click-through rate and reduces opt-outs by 75%. That's what I was just talking about. Instead of having a whole 2 paragraphs for a client to read, give them some video in there. Do it. I talk about this all the time when I'm showing Lead Street and the drip campaigns you can do in this, whatever system you're using for drip campaigns. Instead of just writing out emails, put little video clips in there. The first video that, you get any lead you get in, maybe they get an email with a video of you and it's like, hey, my name is Becca. I work in this area. I've been in real estate for this long. Your little elevator speech. That can be something that you share.
Well, and if you have a CRM and you have a drip system, you know the words, you already know what they are. What if you took the verbiage you're sending out and turned those into videos and sent out the videos instead of the words? Who else is doing that? No one.
Right. It's just putting you're putting a face with that email instead of just people reading it. We all know you guys don't probably either. As a consumer, you don't read long emails.
Well, I know a guy who doesn't even send really text anymore. He'll flip a video of himself and send that to whoever he's wanting to talk to.
Yeah. And then 85% of buyers and sellers want to work with an agent that utilizes video. So again, and that can be in several different ways. Here was another stat. Branded video content, 43% of people in the past month, that's the type of content that was most memorable to these consumers. So, above photo, above written, and above audio. So pretty important. Again, all things you've heard, just reinforcing it. So some of the things we're going to focus on the most is what kind of content should you be doing, because I think that's where people sit. It's almost like we need a new word for writer's block. Like when you sit and you have like video block, like I don't know what to create. I don't even know where to start. So we're just going to kind of give some ideas. Please, if anyone else has any ideas, feel free to jump in and share some too. Okay, so this is one of the first examples. And I've been telling a lot of agents about this because I think this is such a great idea. I actually got this idea from R4, from a girl, Pinky Knows Naples. Her name is Pinky. She has pink hair. And she has just become the go-to in this Naples area, in Naples. And she interviews new businesses. She interviews community leaders. She interviews all kinds of people. I think I have an example on here. think this was a store, a retail store that she was friends with.
Hey guys, oh, it's
We won't watch the whole thing, it's 20 minutes, but
Okay.
just kind of get an idea.
Yeah, we're online, and we are live. It's Pinky Nose Naples, powered by Fabulous Green Extreme, and Cinch It today. Cinch It, my fabulous friend Shelly, and she's gonna say her. Say it.
Aristizabal.
Aristizabal. Aristizabal.
Pronounce every letter. Aristizabal.
Every letter. Okay, guys, for you joining in, we've got new microphones, so give us some thumbs up, likes, let us know that you're hearing us. Okay, hey Andrew, how are you? Little likes and love would be appreciated.
Okay, so like I said, won't watch the whole thing, but she just kind of goes through this interview, and then, you know, she has the shop owners sharing it out, other fans of that retail shop are sharing it out. She's getting that organic reach just from having this in there. And she does them weekly, I think. So a good one to follow on Facebook. Now she's, you know, has a bit of a personality. I think that's also something that kind of scares people of like, well, what if I'm not funny? I don't think you always have to be funny. I mean, and that definitely you can show that if you are, or have, you know, that kind of, I don't know, whatever that personality is that just is like in your face, in the camera. You don't have to have that. You are providing value by showcasing this retail spot. I mean, maybe there's someone out there who's like, oh, I didn't even, this lady, she created something. It's like a cinch it, something for your pants or something, or your shirt. It's something for your shirt. She was on Shark Tank. But anyways, you know, maybe there's someone else there that can relate to that. And now they've kind of associated you with providing valuable content. I mean, that's really what you're doing with this.
You don't need a personality like this. What you need to do is just be authentic. You need to be you.
Yeah, don't try to be something
Exactly.
another personality either, right? Another girl that was there talked about, she did, like, I think it was Discover Fort McMurray. She was from Fort McMurray. And so that was her hashtag. And she was doing that, community leaders, businesses, all of that. And she became she's becoming the go-to for people to, you know, oh, Melanie always has great insight on where we should go for dinner tonight. Let's check some of her stuff out. People look for her content. So that's just an example of the community thing. You know, start using the hashtag and use it consistently. Buy a URL, buy a domain. You know, I actually was kind of just looking the other day. I was going through some of the Des Moines towns. There's, I think, a lot of places are open, like Discover Des Moines. I don't know if that one was open, but Discover Waukee, Discover Norwalk. I mean, you could do a lot, explore Norwalk, do some of those words. I think I even have some more examples on here of one, sharing my Des Moines, exploring your Des Moines, see Des Moines from a different angle, and then you always kind of maybe do a different camera angle. I mean, just kind of coming up with a theme that's yours and you can really stick to, and then showcase that in all of your videos. So anybody doing anything like the community? I know the Torres team does some kind of community stuff. You guys used to a little bit?
They interviewed restaurant owners in Grimes. Okay. They interviewed a hairstylist. Guys, all the guys interviewed a hairstylist.
Okay. Yeah, you guys aren't going to know what to do if you're a girl on your team.
They showcased MB2 Raceway. They raced, and actually they got permission to fly the drone in the building to video the race. So yeah, they've done
some community stuff. So I think you can really.
Well, I want to tell you how that happened actually. So for a year and a half, they did these videos like, what's an abstract? What's a perch agreement? I'm like, blah, blah, blah. People don't want to hear that. They want to see fun. They want to see the community. So they did their first video, and it was in Polk City. And they got done with it. And my wife watched it. She's like, well, it's a good video, but all they did was talk about where they like to eat. So I went to them, I'm like, what research did you do? And they're like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, okay, you mentioned the brewery. Do you realize they just won first place 2 weeks ago in a brew contest? Well, no. That'd be good to know. The marina opens in 3 weeks. You know that? No. That'd be good to know. So I told them to research more and get, instead of doing one video, they did like a series of videos. And they would do it they've been in golf courses.
Yeah, went to TCI. And
yeah, Shane's in them, so.
Yeah,
the marina down the Latitude 41.
Yeah. We were downtown Ankeny.
Clipper. So.
Cool. You'll
research. Just don't make stuff up.
You'll start to, or you know, if you're out there doing some of this stuff, you might see vlogging. That's kind of a term people have put to video blogging. So you know, instead of writing these blogs every day, which that's hard for a lot of people. Writing, I think, is actually harder than doing video.
Writing is awful.
So writing blogs, a lot harder to start doing a video blog, you know, being consistent, like with my weekly community spotlight.
Well, and there's an agent in Canada who she can attribute $100,000 to 3 videos. And she does this, she interviews local people, she gives a monthly market update, and she'll do a video right before she goes to an open house, she'll do it after the open house, inviting people out, and that's like been her claim to fame, if you will.
Yeah. And one thing to note with these community videos, and we only watched a minute of it, but you notice at the beginning she said, you know, powered by, remember, you know, my name is blah, blah, powered by, and people will associate her with real estate because of the Remax name. But she doesn't talk about real estate. So she's not like, hey, I'm a realtor with so-and-so, you know, I'm selling real estate and I'm also interviewing today, you know. So that's really just a secondary focus
That's the
of
whole
this.
point, is subliminal messaging, top of mind awareness.
Another thing she could be doing is wearing like a name tag or a branded shirt,
or,
a hat, you know, something that signifies and associates her with real estate, but focusing more on who she's talking to. Okay, so focusing on communities, that's one way. Leveraging your listings. You know, this is another great way. There's a lot of things you can do with your listings. You automatically get a virtual tour with all of your listings just through Remax automated marketing. If you're not using that, hey, you know, it's there, it's free. You might as well be using that. Yes.
Is there a way to edit that? Because I mean, I use some of my photos and it looks like it does that.
You can't really edit. I don't know that you'll be able to edit transitions.
Not from
You can edit the pictures and the order.
Yeah, change the order of the pictures or swap out some of the pictures for different ones.
Yeah, I mean,
don't think you can
it's a pretty basic one. So if you have time to create your own, you know, go for it. It's just one that if you just needed it, maybe it's even a temporary hold until you get your, you know, the one you create out there. And I assume they're going to continue to evolve those too. They've done pretty good at that over the last year. They, you know, put something out and then they update it and upgrade and they evolve it. So those will probably get better. But hey, free marketing that's already right there for you. This is just another stat. 86% of home buyers use video to research a particular community. Hello, you know, become the community expert again. There you go. You know, people will find you when they're looking in, hey, I want to look in the Clive area and see what's out there, or kind of see what's going on in that. Maybe it's someone relocating, kind of looking at some of the areas. So leveraging your listing, we have some examples here. There's different ways you can do it. Now, some of these are going to be highly produced, and but I want you to just kind of take some inspiration away from it and kind of see what they're doing. And maybe you want to get to that point of producing it, you know, at a high level. But you know, so the high produce level takes a few more pieces of equipment. Okay, so this one.
Is this the one from that?
This is Christian Walsh.
New construction class, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I'll accredit it.
Well, I'm gonna say there's a few of them in here. I know we're in the class.
Oh yeah, so if you're in the new construction class, this is the one he showed for that. Great way.
Which I thought was awesome.
Yeah, great way. This is actually the people who weren't at the new construction class. Well, this is pulling up. The Dennis Walsh is the guy who leads all those designations and that training. And his son is an agent in California and has started telling these stories around the properties he's selling. And it's just amazing. Now, you're leveraging your listings, and yeah, I mean, hey, that's a selling point. That's a big part of your marketing plan, that you can tell sellers, hey, I'm going to make this awesome video for you. But that's not the only reason he's doing it, right? He's branding himself. So.
Well, and the point is with this video, he's having a client do all the work as far as on video. So if you're shy to start off with, this is a great way to do it.
Right. Apparently.
I must have looked at 40 different houses, but the minute I walked in here, I knew this is going to be the house.
It's just a couple minutes, so we'll watch this.
I'm Carol Westerhout. This is my home, my palace. I've lived here for 42 years.
And what did it look like back then?
Oh my gosh, it was gorgeous. I want to start at the back if I can. So much greenery, so many flowers, so many plants, and it just drew me right in. In fact, birds come once a year. They come migrate here as they're going south. I have eagles, peregrine falcons. They go right through the patio and they'll sit on the chair and it'll be not more than 2 feet from me and not fly away.
One of the things I wanted to talk about was the flood. Can
Yes.
you tell me a little bit more
Well,
when and what?
yeah, I went away on holiday to spend Christmas with my daughter. And I came home the day after and I opened the door and whoosh, out came the water. We tried to fix it up, like I said. My son gave his heart and soul into this place. All of a sudden, I put on the brakes and realized maybe it's time for me to move on.
So we brought in movers and landscapers to help clean up, a dumpster, even rolled up our sleeves. I took my tie off to help get Carol moved to the next phase of her life. What she would love nothing more is for a family to come in and make new memories here. So whether you build up, remodel what's here, or even tear it down and build 2 new homes, we'd love for you to make new memories here at 172 East Wilson Street.
So, I mean, what a great way to romanticize a obviously house that needed a little TLC, but you're not even focused on that. You know, you're watching the cool story about. So anyways, highly produced, but just an idea. And not every house is going to have that kind of an inspirational story either. But man, I bet you there's a lot of stories the sellers can tell. You're laughing. You have an example?
No, just things that you see when you look at foreclosures.
Yeah.
And you laugh. Not all happy.
Right. Oh yeah, no, absolutely. So just a little bit of inspiration there. Another one here is, this is a realtor this is the kitchen one. Where's he
He's
from?
down south somewhere.
Down south.
Yeah.
He actually, I don't know if he is a chef or was a chef at one point, but he goes
I'm
into the
Lincoln,
home.
local guy and realtor, and today we're making a great big pot of white bean chicken chili. This is home cooking.
He actually goes into the kitchen and does these recipes, and then he'll talk about the house throughout the video. So, you know, providing something of value, a recipe too.
We're cooking today at 782 Savannah Way in Corden, Indiana. Let me tell you, this kitchen is fabulous, and I could not wait to get in here and cook. Let's get started. So our list of ingredients, we have 3 good-sized chicken breasts, onion, 1 small onion, 3 or 4 of the mini bell sweet peppers. I like the red and yellow ones. I'm gonna put 2 ears of corn in it. We have about a half a cup of jalapeno, garlic salt, sea salt, some fresh ground pepper, cumin, and of course, gotta have a little Tabasco. What I do with my chicken breast is I go ahead and I cook it in about 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil and some onions and the pepper blend. I let that cook. Now, you want to talk about an unbelievable appliance package in this house. They've got the GE Cafe as well as, man, this granite. The granite in this house is unbelievable. So I've got all kinds of room to work. Now, as the chicken sautés in the pan, I take about half of our spices and ingredients and I put it in there and I let it coat before I add the chicken broth, the tomatoes, and the pinto beans. Now we're going to add about 8 cups of fat-free chicken broth. Then we start adding the rest of the main ingredients. A big can of diced tomatoes, 2 cans of just regular pinto beans, and then we put in our corn, onions, jalapenos, green chilies. So we stir that real good. There's a detailed science to adding the rest of the spices. I dump them all in there. And you give a good stir. Turn up the heat. We let it cook for about 30 minutes. In the meantime, let's take a tour of this awesome house. It's time to eat. Let's see how it is. A big pot of white bean chicken chili rolling on the stove, full of ingredients and flavor, you know, a lot like this house. This house has so many details, so many built-ins. It's just really full of flavor. You should check it out. I'm Lincoln, local guy and realtor, and this has been Home Cooking. And I look forward to coming to your house and cooking in your kitchen.
But I can't cook.
So, you know, another idea I had with this is,
Let's go to home bars and drink at their bar.
yeah, there you go. There you go.
So
Show how
I'm
well.
going with the single
Yes,
malt today.
making cocktails, like how well you make cocktails. But yeah, something like that, like showcase the bar or,
Microwave.
yeah. You know, if it's a place that has great entertaining space, have the family there and, you know, or like do a little video while you're entertaining a little party. You know, why not? I mean, it just kind of shows, that's one thing a lot of people talk about. Hey, this place is great to entertain in. So show me it. Show me that it's great to entertain. So
Yeah, take advantage of that backyard patio and show what it's like in the summer.
show the kids out playing, you know, throwing the ball and how much yard space there is. And
So here's what we're gonna do, right? I'm gonna throw a party at your house. I'm gonna invite all my friends. What do you think? It'll sell like hotcakes.
no, have them have a little party.
Hey, that's what they do on what are they, $1 or $1 million listings?
Yeah,
Throw parties at condos.
Okay, so you said, hey, I can't cook. Maybe I don't have the production crew. Now this next one is a little bit produced too, but maybe you just can't come up with like, what's my theme or what something creative can I do with this house? You can just be you. And it's not coming as quick as that was supposed to happen there. But this is just an example of someone just showing his, just showing his personality. I don't know if I do that. Oh, there we go. I need to change this. Have you seen it?
Amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. I love him. That's fancy series. It's amazing. I will pay you.
I'll learn.
How can you do that? I don't
1 million views, by the way.
Today's on my face to find shine all the memory love.
Sarah and I were talking about dancing. We were just waiting, watching until like waiting for her to character.
I'm sure he did cut it out.
Yeah.
I should have a blooper for the this opportunity.
Now one thing the one critique I would have, you can't see these very well. I would have made those sound a little more like.
I think that's kind of
I know, that's true. Good point. I watched it several times, so by the third time I was watching that. So you're right. That would be hard on a bed. I was impressed.
Dressed up like Andrew and Philip, he can do that.
I know, yeah, I got good.
Just like Nathan Woodruff.
All the things I've got to remember. Shine, I'll come through anyway.
There you go.
There was nothing high budget about that film.
No.
Yeah.
I wonder how his hips felt that night.
How was what?
How his hips felt that night.
Hips don't lie, Sarah.
Does anyone have any other examples they've seen of listing, ways to kind of leverage some listings? I mean, hopefully this gives you a little inspiration. Again, some of these are highly produced. Start out with what you can. You know, don't feel like I can't do that kind of a production, so why even try? Start out with whatever you can. Get to that point. Okay, so present. So next, just some other ideas. Hold live open houses. So Shane was talking about that. Again, another girl that I see, that one of the same one who does that, Explore Fort McMurray. She says she does all of her open houses live now. She doesn't even mess with having to be there for 3 hours every Sunday. Now, should you take those completely away? Totally up to you. But doing a live open house, at least maybe, replace one of your open houses with a live one. So she's able to leverage it several times. So she promotes it in the week, hopefully maybe even 2 weeks leading up to it. She, has the live open house. Then she reshares it for the week or two after that. So then you're able to, it's like your listing video then. And then she uploads it to YouTube. And we're going to talk a little bit about that later. But so several ways that you're able to leverage that. And she said she has so many views. Now, I was talking to several people, is that person going to be like, oh, watch this video. Oh, that's a house I got to go see. Maybe, hopefully. But again, you're branding, you're just getting your name on to social media, online presence. So kind of using it that way. Again, though, great selling point and as part of your marketing plan for your seller. Does anyone do live open houses? Has anyone done that? And that could be easy. I mean, one of the pieces of equipment we're going to talk about is like a little stabilizer. You can just get a little thing for your camera that kind of helps stabilize it a little so it's not so all over the place. And again, if you don't like to be on video, it's just your voice, because you might say, hey, I'm Becca, I'm showing 123 Main Street. Let's go right in, so then you're flipping it around anyways, and you don't even have to be on the video that much. It can just be your voice. So anyone thought about doing live open houses?
Well, that's a good idea, especially for people that don't come off the bat and say, I don't want any open houses.
Right. I don't want open houses. I mean, she says, she's like, I spend 30 minutes on a Sunday doing my live open house. I don't have to be there for 3 hours. She gets, anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 people viewing it versus 2 that maybe would have come in, the nosy neighbor and the guy down the street, so.
1,000 to 2,000 views on what platform?
She's putting on Facebook. She's doing Facebook live videos, yeah.
You gotta have a lot of Facebook friends for that.
Well, she sponsors it. She's running ads with it.
Yeah.
She runs ads with it, so, yeah.
Freezing here. Okay, some other types of videos, just ideas, demos. Maybe do like a walkthrough. Again, just putting yourself on video. Does anyone send out like a timeline or kind of here's how the process works type of thing? Do that on video. Why not stand there and go, first we're going to blah, 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 blah. The next step, we're going to, make an offer and turn in their newsletter, I mean, just actually walking through that process step by step. Again, just puts your face in front of them. If you put it out there and you're sharing it, people are like, oh my gosh, this, she knows what she's doing. She's got it down. So just another way to provide value, and maybe it's especially, share that with first-time homebuyers. You could target first-time homebuyers on different platforms and use that. So, branded videos. So again, some more of the, I use the Torres team. Those are great branding videos. That's what you guys are doing. You're branding yourselves,
We did a Laurel and Yanni.
Oh, that one. So yeah, that's actually a good one because Laurel and Yanni, right after that whole nonsense came out, they did the video the next day. It had like 10,000. It had been shared so many times.
Yeah, and
it was insane. And it was just them standing around a phone in a parking lot. Oh, no Laurel, no Yanni, no Laurel, no Yanni.
We did that video right after the hairstyle.
It was the hair. You were in the parking lot.
We were just in the parking lot afterwards and got into a discussion. So we made a video.
You better quick out of that, or Randy's gonna contact you. Oh, wait, no. Go to the top one where Cameron, has anyone seen that one?
Oh,
this one?
Yeah.
Oh, I love
Have you
that
seen that
one.
one? This one was hilarious. Especially the end.
Hey, so how's your guys' holiday weekend?
It's good, man. Relaxed at the farmer's market. It's pretty nice. Celebration festival downtown.
It's hot, super hot. Because on the lake.
Usually they'll put
3 days.
outtake, Randy will put outtakes at the end.
These things are always.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing. He likes having pillows.
Has it been over?
He really does. He's just really like that.
Because he says, I'm a little chubby. That's what he says. He says, I'm a little chubby. I always ask you guys. Watch camera.
Oh, hey guys. Hey, it was hot this week, wasn't it? It kind of rained.
The best is usually the outtakes.
Working at the car wash.
Watch that.
I went Africa 1, 3. I went from where to rain. I went to rain down Africa.
Yeah, there's a poster video.
Like that is so bad.
Okay, now you can show Yanni Laurel.
Yeah, so, I mean, just branded videos, just kind of getting your name out there. Again, they're not talking about real estate, you could do that every once in a while, interview some experts if you want to, but.
On this platform, that Yanni Laurel, 5.9, almost 6,000 views on right there.
Yeah, 6,000 views. You guys want to see it?
It's just them standing around for a minute going, no, Laurel, no, yeah.
Oh, okay. But Pete shares, 20 shares,
So we're gonna settle the debate.
That's right, we can move on.
So branded videos, maybe even, like I said, do like a little elevator speech, maybe do your story. Put yourself on video and say, hey, this is why I got into real estate. This is who I am. This is why I do it. This is why I love it. Do something like that. You could share it.
Shameless plug, if you haven't come to me, there's one tomorrow.
I was actually going to mention that at the end, so let's do it now. She is doing agent profile videos for you guys. This is a chance for you to get on video.
And I'll
She
do it
is-
for you.
And produced well. She's excellent at producing it. If anyone wants to go on, you can go on our Facebook page and see some of the featured builder videos she's been doing. She's done those and they look amazing. So the agent profile videos, are going to come out and you guys are going to be able to utilize that however you want. Put it on your Facebook page, put it on your website, all of that. And so she's done several offices before, but if
have already missed your office, let her know. She can add you to the next couple, because she sends out an email ahead of time and says,
There are 2 more. If you're interested in coming, I'll be here tomorrow, all day long, so let me know. And I have Mill Civic, it's gonna be on the 26th, because of the golf game. So, keep
let
your
her know.
eyes and ears.
We just have you sign up for a time slot,
Yeah.
just so that she can keep it
It's
nice.
like a
and-
half hour, totally easy.
Yeah, so you're just doing
I don't
the
buy
video there.
anything.
Just kind of come in mind with what you want to say. And she can do some editing afterwards. So if you don't have to feel like you have to do it
No,
straight through.
Usually, and I just ask questions and we'll just talk, and then I'll edit it.
So, awesome. Okay, let me get back into my frozen thing here. Expert interviews, we talked about that. That's one way to just get started. It's not, not something that's too difficult. But I know that you guys said you started it and kind of went away from it. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, knowing
What's
being like
that?
a lender or an inspector.
Well, no, so would
you find the engagement?
I let them evolve on their own.
Yeah.
And they, after a while, switched from all the informational stuff to the city ones. But what I went back with last week was, if you've ever read any Gary Vaynerchuk books, or you've seen Gary Vaynerchuk, he's like, you give content, you give content, you give content, and you ask for something. So try to work that in there somewhere.
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk and Gary Vee is another great one to follow. He has a lot of great social media insight.
Who's connected with John Lepovac on Facebook? John does not like video whatsoever. As you notice, he started talking recently, and it's just, he had a learning experience he had with his daughter, or he had something else that he wanted to talk about, or he just whatever happened to him that day. The one time he was just rambling in the truck while he was driving. So
don't do that. We wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, we're not condoning that. But point is he's very uncomfortable. He was very uncomfortable doing it, but he's doing it. And it's just Facebook. It's not like it's like edited at all.
Yeah. One of the nice things about doing the expert interviews or even the community videos is if you're doing this with another person, you can tag them in the video, and then you're opening up the audience to that many more people. So there's that many more eyes that could potentially see it then. It also kind of helps establish your credibility as an expert in the industry too, when you have another expert speaking.
Events, actually was talking to someone yesterday, I mentioned this and they kind of perked up. They're like, actually, I'm having a client appreciation event coming up. Like, why not do a video around that? Just kind of promote, putting it out there that you do this kind of stuff for your top clients. Now you don't, the wording would be a little different, obviously, but just another way to get yourself on video. That's another way to have that content that you don't have to come up with. Educational or how-to, not a ton of that. It kind of goes back to the expert interviews a little bit. One example of this is, have you guys heard of Nimbus screen recorder? And there's several out there. So Nimbus is an extension that you can add to your Google Chrome, and it allows you, and I had an example and I didn't get it uploaded, but it allows you to record, yourself, your screen. So you can pull whatever tab you want to. So let me give you an example. So let's say I want to, in my drip campaign, my first email is, hey, here's who I am, blah, blah, blah. Maybe my second email is here's how you can have full VIP access to listings in our area. So now you're navigating across your website and it's recording your voice over you navigating. So you can show them how to use your website in a quick little 30-second video. It just saves it right there, and then you can embed it into an email or however you want to do it. But that's kind of an example of an educational or how-to. A customer testimonial. A lot of people get photos with your customers, right? Maybe you guys, I'm sure, have all had clients that have great personalities. Be like, hey, can we do a little video? Can I get you on video saying something about this experience? And then if more than likely they're going to want to share it too. So then you obviously expand your audience that way too. Has anyone ever done a video testimonial with anyone? You never tried that? 360 virtual reality, augmented reality, all things that are, a little bit newer. There's different cameras you can get, there's software, You guys do a lot of 360, I know, right?
Well, there are companies, we own our own, but there are companies who you can pay to do it, so you don't even have to buy the computer. or the
Busy does
camera.
360.
Right, they do, Matterport, things like that.
I think in the future,
But
there might be
virtual
more.
reality thing is gonna become huge, and right now it's still very expensive. But I didn't get to partake in it, but like Kimberly Development at the golf outing had a tent set up with the virtual goggles where you could walk through their houses. So they work on a different budget than we.
But out there, and in the future, that means be aware of it, know what's out there, know how it works, because it's gonna continue to be more available for people.
Just as another side note, I know of a real estate brokerage up in the Twin Cities where they actually built, instead of a training room in their office, they built a virtual reality room so they can work with clients from a distance and actually do virtual walkthroughs of homes. So.
Goals.
Yeah.
No,
And then
so-
augmented reality, there's some places, there's a lot of apps that can kind of do the augmented reality in a way where you can place, stage a room to what a living room to what it would look like.
Apple's the newest Apple phone does that.
That is
Apple phone.
currently illegal in the state of Iowa. So
It's illegal?
So don't do
it's
that.
misrepresentation.
Really?
You can't,
Don't do that.
you
Don't do
can't
that.
show photos of a house. I mean, if you did it, you would obviously disclose it. Most people didn't. But if you put fake furniture in a house and people show up and it's like, you can't virtually stage it.
Oh, and show it as like, this is what the house looks like.
Right.
I was thinking more of the client, you
okay.
showing like, giving them an app
Okay.
or giving them a resource.
Yes,
That, hey, you
that
can go
would
in and
be
see
okay.
how you would.
I thought you meant virtually staging.
No.
Because that's not okay.
I didn't know it was illegal. That's good to know. Personalize some messages. Do you guys, who calls and leaves voicemails for birthdays? And congratulations on your job promotion. Congratulations on your marriage, on your baby. Who sends cards and does text, right? And that kind of voicemails. Why not do a little video? Hey, just wanted, sitting in your car. Hey, I just wanted to call and wish you a happy birthday. I hope you're having a great day. Just a little bit more personalized, So just another idea. Anybody do anything like that? Has anyone tried anything? BombBomb is a great resource that does that. BombBomb has different tiered pricing too. I'm not sure what their different pricing is, but that might be one to look into. It's built directly into your Gmail. So you could sit there, get an email from a client, and you can pop up a little video thing, take a video of yourself replying back to that person right there in your email. So
what's really cool about BombBomb, it's the only service that I'm aware of that actually embeds the video within the email. So when your client receives the email, they don't have to go to YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else to watch the video. It literally plays right in their email inbox. So BombBomb is awesome. Also, you can text videos too. Right. Texting is really cool because typically for you to send a text from your phone to somebody else, the video is such a large file, you're not going to be able to send it. With BombBomb, it's highly encrypted and they compress it. Thank you very much, Brian. They highly compress it so that you're able to send it via text to someone as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so personalized messages, great.
I just said she's talking really fast. I think she had a lot of caffeine this morning. Yeah, BombBomb's a great way to get started if you're just getting into video, because being with Remax, it automatically comes with Remax templates.
You have social prompt.
Right. Well, no, I'm not even talking about social
program
prompt. I'm talking about the video templates within BombBomb.
Right.
That all you have to do is literally, it gives you what to say. You just say it, throw the video in there, and it's branded to you. And then social prompt, that's a totally different thing.
Right. It's a BombBomb product.
It's a product.
And for anyone who doesn't know what social prompt is, if you need more info on it, let me know. It's a free service that BombBomb will post for, just kind of a side note, will post 4 times a month on your social media automatically for you. So it's just a Remax service. Might as well take advantage of it. You just kind of have to sign up with your account. Okay, so the last thing is how to do all of this, right?
Can I throw my 2 cents in?
Yes, please do.
Sure. So you all have a cell phone, right? Smartphone?
What is that?
What is that? I don't even know there, man. So Amazon has a bunch of really cool stuff that you can purchase. It's not super expensive. It's going to enhance the quality of your videos. They have clip-on lenses that'll make it a little more high quality. So if you don't have an iPhone, no shade to Android, but that cameras are not the same. But it'll enhance the quality. It'll enhance the quality. They also have little lights you can put on here. So if it's not great lighting, it'll enhance the lighting a ton. And that way you don't have to, if you don't want to go straight away and buy a proper like DSLR camera, that will enhance the quality a crap ton and nobody will know. My 2 cents.
So yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about now, is how to do this, right? So how to make this happen. Like, okay, now I'm inspired, I've got some ideas, maybe you have exactly, you know what you want to do. How do I do it? So like she just said, your iPhone camera, your Android camera works just fine. I mean, they work just fine. And there are some resources, you know, in this, and I'll send this out so you have this electronically, but some additional tips. I won't go through everything, but just a couple of things that I like to point out. You know, make sure you have a fully charged battery and sufficient storage as you're doing it. You don't want to get through a video and be like, that's the best video I ever did, and then it cuts out or doesn't save, or that works, that's the worst, yeah. Place on airplane mode to avoid any distractions, you know, that come in, text messages or beeps or notifications. This is one, okay, always shoot video horizontally. Now, this is, I think, kind of a debate, and you guys can jump in here too. Video, you know, if you think of all the things now that Apple TVs, Chromecast, people are passing onto their TVs, video works best horizontally, right? Because it just plays nicely on the TV.
Think of a widescreen monitor, a widescreen TV.
Yeah, desktop. I did watch a few webinars recently that one of them was talking about how phones and some of the social media platforms are starting to optimize more for vertical because so many people are using vertical. So while I say always shoot horizontally, just kind of be aware that that's, you know, that may change. I would say for now, don't get in a habit of shooting horizontally.
I would say yes, with the exception of live videos, because if you're using like Instagram stories or putting anything on Snapchat or Instagram Live even, those are all optimized to be vertical full screen platforms. So filming horizontally is gonna make your person do this, which I hate a lot.
Yeah.
So just kind of keep in mind where you think you're gonna be putting it. Like if you're filming something on Instagram, you can download and put it up on Snapchat, but they're both vertical, so it's fine. But if you're wanting to put it on Facebook, it's gonna be a skinny little thing. So just kind of think about where we're gonna put this content. Pre-recorded is best horizontally. That's just kind of a rule of thumb.
Yeah, but no, that's good to know. Instagram stories and Snapchat, right, is best for vertical. Vertical's best for that.
Instagram, or I mean Facebook Live too, but that's a different thing than just posting to Facebook. So
another one that I thought was a really great tip: don't use pinch zoom when you're doing videos. Yeah. Have you guys noticed, even just in videos you do of your kids or your families, when you pinch and try and zoom in, the quality just
that's where
goes
those
straight up.
lenses I mentioned come in handy because it lets you zoom without getting all fuzzy.
So, yeah. And how much is like a lens like that run?
Oh, I don't know, like 15, 20 bucks. They're cheap.
So not bad. So not bad at all. Some easy equipment that you can start out with. So no pinch zooming when you're doing, you know, make sure you're close enough to be able to get what you want. Try not to use filters and effects while you're shooting. So just make sure you're capturing that raw video. You can do the editing afterwards. So and you might, again, she's in there editing all the time, so I keep looking at her, but what I've heard is people who do that editing, it's like if you try to do that stuff while you're shooting, you lose kind of what, you know.
Yeah, I would just keep going. If you're pre-recording, don't be like, oh, and start from the very beginning. Just like go back a couple words, re-say it. I'm also not a huge fan of filters. I think it takes away of kind of the authenticity of the situation. Maybe less so for your purposes, but it's just not as realistic.
What about voice changers?
I hate those.
I'm just kidding. I don't mean that.
Unless your audio is like indeed, if you're in an echoey room, sometimes they can help, but try and avoid that if possible.
I have yet to see where a barking unicorn has a business purpose, so I don't know, that's my 2 cents.
Snapchat filters. Snapchat filters are a different thing. Don't be putting them on your actual videos. Snapchat filter, maybe.
These are a couple of little things too. I like that you had those ideas for those things too. These are a couple little easy things to get. That's Osmo gimbal stabilizer is what it's called, but it helps like for the live videos. If you're doing live open houses, it can help you, you know, navigate through a house without having that craziness. This is a little tripod that's super, I think these are like 40 bucks. I think that stabilizer is like 120 something. So all things you can get on Amazon or wherever, you know, and there's different ones. This is a Joby, that's an Osmo. I think, Brian, those are pretty good companies, right? Those are pretty good brands. Yeah. Yeah, if anyone has any questions about equipment.
You can get the Osmo with a camera on it. You can get 2 different levels of cameras, or you can get the Osmo that's just for your phone. I assume most people want it just for their phone, but.
Right, for me to start out with, again, kind of doing that leveled, evolving, what can I get to just maybe spend a couple $100 to start this video stuff and get going. And again, there's more resources in there, some other equipment, and we'll look back towards the end of the handout. There's even more kind of fancier equipment ideas. But the next thing I want to talk about, because we're kind of running short on time, is getting it out there now. So I've shot the video, maybe I've edited it. Now what am I going to do? What do I do next? So syndicating to video platforms, Facebook and YouTube are probably the top 2 for just getting these, like if you have like a vlogging series, or I think that's a double entendre, double vlogging series, isn't that like saying ATM machine? Anyways, one thing to know, and I don't know that everyone knows this, you should upload to both. Upload to both separately, because that's going to fully optimize the ranking that you get within each one. So many people will upload it to YouTube and then just share it on Facebook. Not saying that that's not going to go anywhere and do anything, but you will fully optimize your video and the reach you get uploading them separately, two separate places. Now, a lot of people are putting them on Facebook, but maybe not on YouTube. I think you're missing out a little bit, because it's super easy to upload to YouTube. And YouTube is the second largest search engine. I mean, that's what the younger millennials are going to search on. They don't even go to Google. They go straight to YouTube.
I gotta tell you, I'm getting kind of like, if I ever even know how to do something, I am not gonna Google it, because I'm gonna have to read stuff. And that sounds so lazy, but it's just the truth. If there's a YouTube tutorial that will walk me through it without me having to read something, far and away my first choice. So putting it on YouTube, even if they go to Google, we'll put your video in their search results. So it allows them to find it even if they're not going directly to YouTube. So
yeah. The benefit to uploading it natively to Facebook is that's when the video autoplays in your timeline. So, as you're scrolling through and a video automatically starts to play and you find yourself 5 minutes later stuck into a video, that's when someone has natively uploaded it to Facebook. When you're just sharing a YouTube link on Facebook, oftentimes it just shows you like a screenshot, basically. You click on it and you can watch it in Facebook, but it doesn't autoplay as you're scrolling through your feed.
Yeah. One thing, a suggestion you can do is, if you still want to try and drive, if you're trying to drive traffic back to your YouTube channel, which we'll talk about that here in a second, you can post it, upload it to YouTube, then go to Facebook, upload it, and then in the comments, post that link to that YouTube link. So again, maybe some people will click on there, you're driving them to your channel because maybe they'll watch other stuff on your channel. So let's talk about that. So does everybody have their YouTube channel set up? Anybody? Does anybody have their YouTube channel set up?
Yeah.
Okay, so YouTube is owned by Google. So with every Google account, you actually have a YouTube, you have a My Channel with each one. I don't even think, a lot of people don't realize that. Google's owned them for about 3 or 4 years now. But so, easily, you can obviously just go to YouTube. You can get to it through your little, grid of apps here in Google, because it is a Google app. So you can get to it that way. Once you open it up, if you come up here to the top right-hand corner, so your profile, and you click on My Channel, that is going to take you to your home channel. And if you haven't set it up yet, it's going to have you put a name to it, description maybe, I think. Just a couple little things just to get it set up. That's all you have to do to get it set up. And now you're ready to start uploading to your channel. And that's what you want to do. You want to keep it in one place. So again, you kind of can start driving traffic there. You have especially if you have like a vlogging, where you have a series of videos you're doing, you want them to watch one and, oh, maybe I'm going to watch the next one too. I really like this person. So if you do anything after this, go set up your your YouTube channel. Does anyone have any questions about the YouTube channel? I'm going to go into it just for a second. You can have different like this is our concept one, so you can have different playlists in here. So if you start to have a lot of videos, you can kind of separate them out that way. So just an example. So when you open a video, I hate looking at myself. But this is what it looks like. You can share it right here. So you can pull up this share. You can share it directly to some of the, again, I wouldn't do it this way. And maybe some of the other platforms with Facebook, especially, I would upload it, natively to it. But you can get the code to embed.
If you aren't aware, if you put a link in an email, the video will be at the bottom. YouTube videos will be at the bottom of Gmail. So it's not necessarily fully embedded like some of the, like that, what you were talking about, but at least it doesn't have to be clicked on. I mean, it doesn't have to click to another link, open another tab. It will be at the bottom. You can get in and do some editing in here. You can actually come in and do editing. Just pull it up here. You're able to add like an overlay. You can add an intro and exit, and make sure you're leaving that you sign the sheet. You guys signed.
Create the intro in here, or do you go to somewhere else to create that?
I'm not sure if you can create an intro. What I've done is like taken a created like a JPEG somewhere else, and then insert it. I don't think you can actually create it. Yeah.
Separately.
Make sure you're always put the titles important keywords. Then tagging it, that's huge. It's easy to make your video very, searchable in here. So have a description, have tags, if you want people to find that. So you can come into every video and do that. There is also a stabilizer. I think it's under enhancements here. There is a stabilizer. So if you don't, even before you go out and buy a stabilizer thing, maybe try this. Just see.
Join us today, Wednesday,
test this out
at 11 o'clock.
Test it out, do a live video, and maybe upload it to YouTube and see if that stabilizer helps you. Even that would be, obviously the most inexpensive way to do some of that. Any questions on YouTube? You can do live videos on YouTube too. You can create videos. We do all our streaming for all these classes. We do that through YouTube. Just create an event, and then you hit start, and it goes. And then it saves it already, and it saves it in YouTube. You don't have to do anything else to it. It automatically saves it in YouTube, and it's already there. The upload is really easy. So here is this little upload button here. On the main page, there's like a little video button on your YouTube app. Make sure you have the YouTube app. You can take a video, click to the YouTube app, and click the little upload, the little video in the top right-hand corner, upload it right then and there. I mean, it's super easy to syndicate it to YouTube and Facebook. Facebook's fairly easy too. I mean, you probably
make sure you've got a descriptive title and that you add tags and an actual description of your video, and that will help make it more searchable and easily found on YouTube and Google for that matter too.
Okay, so then, that's really all that we kind of wanted to go through. There's a lot of other resources in there. So if anyone has any questions about that stuff, I don't want to keep everyone that needs to get out of here. But, there's a lot of video. So editing software, that's kind of a big thing. There's a lot of apps that you can do some minor video editing on. It's a little cumbersome. So if you're really editing a video, your best bet is to be on a desktop, but there are apps that will do some editing for you. What are some of the ones Videolicious? I mean, again, we linked to some of these in there. So what I would say is go check them out and see what's going to work best for you. Some of them will have free versions. Some you automatically have to pay for. And then they'll have different tiers too of what level you want to be editing. I would recommend checking out what you can do in YouTube. You can do some, crop, editing where you crop and slice and piece stuff together a little bit. So maybe check out like the free version first there. But
is the equipment list I provided in here?
Oh yeah, so also
again, the way the videos were started within our group is with the cell phone. So the list he's handing out is what it's evolved to.
This is what the Taurus team uses. So just in case you're wondering what,
it's got the equipment, it's got the editing software, everything that is currently used today is on that list.
What does she edit with?
I have no idea. It's on that list.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oops, the wrong one.
So yeah, WeVideo is another one like Videolicious. If you have a Mac, you get iMovie. That's another free one. If you have a MacBook or Mac desktop, you might as well go ahead and look at that first.
Pretty big national coach. He literally uses primarily his cell phone. He's got different gadgets he attaches to it, and they use iMovie to edit it.
That's what I use. That's my favorite.
So iMovie right there, free version.
People, Madison.
I'm sorry. She's not
They just don't know.
Oh, we know. We know. I had an Android before. I switched for a reason.
Anyone have any questions?
Anybody? Think of anything?
If you
Feel
do,
free to reach out to us, yeah.
to us.
Any of us.
Madison's our resident expert.
Yeah, if you have questions, shoot me an email.
And don't forget, if you want to do an agent profile video, I think it's a missed opportunity. If you
Free,
don't,
fully
honestly.
edited.
Free.
Yeah.
Done for you.
I'm like,
Don't forget to sign the sheet if you haven't.
I did.